Yay, Facebook. Yeah, Facebookers, we're looking at a brush fire in Corona. You know, they'll keep us live on this, but they won't keep us live after a pursuit. Isn't that funny? The world we live in. First world problems. Can tell you, I got Riverside Fire battling this fire along with Cal Fire. It's working its way up into the Cleveland Forest. Corona, though, is the city where we're at. Skyline Fire, that's the name of the fire. That's because it's right off of Skyline Drive. Now you can see the winds actually helping the situation, kind of pushing against the climb up the hillside. We see some fuzz check right there. Now I'm not sure if this is just been laid down. Brennan is telling me it has just been laid down. Brennan is here, but he's not here. We're doing pilot training today, so he's kind of like a silent partner. But he's never really silent now, is he? We're watching, though, as Cal Fire, they've got a helicopter right there. I don't know if this is the second one. Did a drop earlier on. I don't know if that made it onto the feed. There, another high and wide. They were talking about earlier on about how they're fighting this fire because if it's in an area where it's a box canyon type of situation. They don't want to send their firefighters in there because of the dangerous situation. If winds change or conditions change, they could be stuck in there. It is burning away from structures. We don't have a cause as of yet. I'm sure the cost and cause guys will be here later on after this fire is out, but there's a lot to burn out here. Juan, earlier on, I don't know if you watched us live on KCAL. If you did, that's awesome. And you probably heard Juan's comments about a fire line break in this area, natural fire line break. There is actually, that he is beyond correct. Got a plane coming in for a FOS check drop. FOS check, that's just a fancy word for flame retards. Hey, what's up? All right, copy all. They're going to come back to us, and so we have a little bit of fire, so we can show people that it is actually fire, not just a smoke generator. Unable to play video player. Marsha. Maybe if I close some of my 900 pages of open stuff. All right, Mike. I know you're flying to keep us safe and alive and stuff, but every now and then take a look at the picture there. Like the Brady's. Well, Juan, Lena, it's just like live television. We did have some huge flames up here in that one spot, but they basically did that run up the hillside there, and you can see this fire still burning out here in the Corona area. They're calling this a Skyline Fire. It's being battled by, it's going to be battled by Riverside County Fire and, of course, Cal Fire out here as well because it is in the Cleveland National Forest. Good news right now, they've got a couple of things further going for them. It is burning away from all the structures. There are no structures in this area being threatened. that. Though it did start near a bunch of homes down off of Skyline Drive. And also the winds are very light this afternoon and actually are pushing it against the hillsides. So it's basically pushing it away from the direction it wants to burn up the hills. Right now, though, the CAL FIRE, they've got some fixed wing out here. We've watched them drop some flame retardant on this one side of the fire and a couple helicopters out here dropping water. And of course, you've got to know there's a lot of hand crews down there on the ground working to get those containment numbers up. Live in Sky 9, I'm Stu Mundel. Back to you two in the studio. Dave, Dave is talking about the fire. It's actually the opposite of that, unless we're talking about a previous fire. This fire actually started down by Skyline and is working its way up into the hillside. So, I mean, at least that's the way it's been presented to me. If you guys are here and you saw it happen the other way, that's something entirely different. But the way it was explained to us was it started down over here off of Skyline and it worked its way up into the hills. So that's the way we understand it. But like I said, not trying to do confrontation. You know, I'm just saying what we heard. I mean, what I'm reading right here. Obviously, as soon as I got the page open and I started reading some comments, we lost internet. Michelle telling us to stay cool. Thank you, Michelle. We have Brennan's sitting in the other seat today. We actually have Captain Killian flying the helicopter today. Just looking at some of those hot spots out here, you got the vegetation burning on those hillsides. We've watched enough of these together. We know how that kind of works. It gets entrenched on those hillsides and just devours that vegetation as it runs up the hills. If you're in the Corona area, I'm sure there's a good chance that maybe kind of sort of you guys are smelling smoke. There's a lot of smoke being pushed down across the Corona area out towards, I think it was El Centro. No, maybe it's El Centro. What is it called? I was just reading it. No, El Cerrito. No, El Certo? El Certo? El Certo. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Imagine that. Deb, this is in the Corona area. We're actually in the Cleveland National Forest, or over the Cleveland National Forest. So we're going to be seeing like repeat and repeat and repeat of these fire lines just kind of running up these hillsides right now because the way the what is it called? Photography? What was it called? Topography. The topography is down there. And basically what's going on is the flames are going to be running up these fingers on these canyons, taking out all the vegetation. Now, somebody might say, well, why aren't they fighting that fire? Well, this is how they do fight these fires. There's very little that they can do to stop those flames that we're seeing right there. And it also would be a lot of work to just kind of get those flames out, and then they would have spot fires later on. So how do they battle a fire like this? Well, they're going to basically let it burn itself out. So we're probably going to be here, my guess, till about 6:30, watching these flames run up these hillsides up to these fire roads up towards the top there. Probably that's where it's going to stop on its own. On the other side, though, you can see CAL FIRE's already dropping retardant lines, phos check lines right there. Fixed wings have been in here a couple times already, laying down that phos check line to keep those flames from, that's a lot more vegetation right there. So that's what's going on out here. It's in Corona. We're actually at Skyline Drive, and this is going to be in the Cleveland National Forest. Thank you, Kathy. Cerrito, El Cerrito. Cerrito. Can you show us what happened lower down on Skyline? Well, if you're looking at the picture, you can kind of see why we can't show you that. It's covered by smoke right now. The fire is burned up the hillside, as we understand it. So the homes probably got a lot of smoke down there in that neighborhood. But as far as the actual houses burning right now, there's no structures threat. That's for Arvin. Cerrito, El Cerrito. What? I'm sorry. No. Do you? Yeah. Well, it's covered up. I mean, we can go over there. Just keep moving. Yeah, just keep going over there. We'll go look. Here comes another drop. There you go, Arvin. Dave, I don't understand. You want us to go land down there and hang out with you? A lot of people would frown on that. I personally think it would be fun, but they would have a lot of people frowning on that. Hey, is pole fire? It's not this weekend. It's next weekend, right? The 28th. I guess I am. Nikki's on the fence. Huh? All right. Brennan can be my date? Nice. I know. Good. Neither do I. Corona is, somebody was asking where Corona is. Well, Corona is actually part of where the fire is. Corona's over here, guys. That's Corona. And this is where the fire is. Little tiny helicopter. Copy all. Same type of deal, just what's going on? Try to get big fire. Okay, copy all. Sorry, man. They want big fire. Out through the smoke. Copy all. I'm sure this will be covered by smoke in 10. Actually 15, 18 seconds. Oh, I was wrong about that. Well, he found one of the hot spots through the smoke. Let me get a little bit of wider shot, see what's really burning out here. This is going to be about 10, maybe 15 acres. Those numbers probably going to grow as the afternoon goes on, but this is happening out in the Cleveland National Forest, but it's right on the edge of Corona. Now, they named this the Skyline Fire for the name of the street that's down there at the bottom of the screen. You can take a look and see how much smoke just kind of working its way all over the Corona area right now. Now, this fire is burning away from home, so that is some really good news. It's being battled by Cal Fire, and of course Riverside Fire is out here as well. Right now, though, they've dropped a couple of FOS check lines. You can see it right there, and then have a couple of helicopters out here as well dropping water. The fire itself, it continues to grow. Light winds, though, are actually helping the firefight this afternoon, as it's actually pushing against the direction of the climb up the hillside. But every now and then we'll see one of these spectacular flare-ups, as we see right there. Fire department, they have no determination on when this fire is going to be out, but they're definitely out here battling it now. Live in Sky 9 over Corona, I'm Stu Mundel. Back to you two in the studio. That's not Lena, that's Suzanne. Suzanne Marquez. Where? What? Who? Where? Woo! MD-80? I think this is the MD-82, actually. That's me being, that's not true. Anybody listening, that's not true. So that's not an aerial tanker, that's an aereo tanker. So you guys might see this in the shot right there. The actual gear is coming down. Flaps are going down. It's, you know, he's not landing, but they need to slow that aircraft down, and that's one of the ways they do it. I had a fantastic pilot friend of mine. He used to call it throwing the boards out. Well, I think that was basically for the flaps, but the gear coming down also slows these aircraft down, and that's one of the reasons why they're doing that right there. So he's got the gear out, he's got the flaps out. I'm not sure if he's going to do a drop right out the box. Sometimes they we'll just do like a flyover to see where it's going to be, but you just don't know. Little contrails coming off the edge of the wings there. That was kind of cool as well. Make sure I'm rolling on board. If I wasn't so into getting the drop, I would probably really like tripled it up and got to see if we could actually see the pilots in there. Is he dropping on this side? Okay. Yeah, that's what we thought. Usually they come in, they'll do like a pass, just kind of look at what's going on. and then they'll come back around. That's what's going on right there. Wingtip Vortex. I love it when you guys join in. Oh, thank you. Josh, I did not. He was asking about a movie with the, I believe that's where the firefighters lost their lives out there. I don't know. It would be difficult for me to watch. I'm being serious about that. Heck, I didn't like watching Perfect Storm. And I did a lot of press on that. You can kind of see the pilot. I just don't want to get crazy with the shots right now. We need to get him doing his drop, and I got to make sure that it's set up pretty. Is he getting close, or does it just look like he's getting close? All right. There it goes. Little sound effects. So he did drop on the other side. Is it called aerial photographer? Ooh, look at that. Look at, he's going to drop right on it. That's my bad. I should have been. See, that's what I was talking about. If I would have been like super tight on the, it's okay. No. What, the plane? Oh, okay. You guys are talking about something else. Look at that. That flame retardant actually worked. It landed on that flame and just stopped it. Taunt like a tiger. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. What? What? What's so funny? Oh. Retaliate. Wait. $4,400 more. I mean, what is that going to be? My car is going to be like $100 then. Sorry, guys. My picture wasn't as pretty. Vegetation time, come on, do. What are you doing? You know, maybe I should tweet this. Maybe I should take a picture too. Why'd you do some work, Stu? You know. You know, other Stu, I hate it when you get pushy like that. It's not pushy. What? A Honda? Maybe it's Timmy. The winds exploded. Actually, I don't think the wind shifted. I think the wind's just slowed. Because look, it's going straight up now. Now it's just terrain. It's no breeze. Yeah. Oh, Catherine, I missed a Stu hater. Darn it. Wonder how far back she is. I want to see what she wrote. It's headed uphill. Actually, it's headed towards the south. It's headed into the Cleveland National Forest. Jenna, I'm thinking all the homes are safe. And Jenna's talking to John. Thank you guys. I appreciate all that. I was hearing Stu's voice twice. Really? Maybe I'm just repeating myself. I am a little bit. I am. All right, Miss Hendricks, here you go. This one is for you, okay? This is for you, Miss Hendricks. 10 acres, maybe more, burning out here in the Cleveland National Forest, out in the Corona area. Flames exploded this afternoon as some fires started down by Skyline Drive. Now, first responders out here would have been Riverside County Fire. Riverside County Fire out here realizing is working its way into the Cleveland National Forest, quickly called CAL FIRE. Now, these two agencies are working together in the air and on the ground to try to contain these flames. Is there some good news? Well, the good news is it's moving away from homes out here. It's moving up into the Cleveland National Forest. Light winds, though, are keeping the flames kind of in check, but we actually just saw those winds change. That's the one thing you can't rely on is the wind conditions. Right now, the flames are starting to move up a different flank. You can see it right there, a lot of heavy black smoke. Now, sometimes you'll hear things like, hey, that black smoke, that's bad, white smoke's good. Actually, in this case, when we're watching vegetation, it really doesn't make any difference. White smoke or black smoke, it's going to be vegetation burning. The firefight continues. They're dropping Phosgec with fixed-wing aircraft, and they're dropping water with the helicopters. This is happening out here in Corona. No injuries to anybody, no structures threatened. How's that, Ms. Hendricks? Yeah, somebody said I wasn't exciting. Actually, they used the B word. Copy all. Oh, we're going to miss the drop. Or we already missed the drop. Nah. Yeah, we missed the drop. Oh, is the MD-80 back? Oh, no, it's the BA whatever. Meaning the thing or just a shot? Oh, fine. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. Janet, wait. I'm not a hater, Stu. I just felt you were being very disrespectful. Disrespectful to whom? I'm just curious. Who do you think I'm being disrespectful to, Janet? We don't have internet, so it's like it'll jump in and jump out. Oh no, these flames are not gone. They're just underneath the smoke right now. And one of the things I can tell you that's changed is the wind conditions. Even though we're having light winds, those winds change. And take a look at the difference. Not laying flat across Corona, but going almost straight up in the air. Now the firefight definitely continuing down there on the ground and in the air. You have another Phos-Chek drop going to be happening right there. You can see that aircraft setting up for it. Now those Phos-Chek lines, those are going to be part of the containment numbers. Right now though, they're staying about 15 acres. I can tell you those numbers are going to grow. No structures threatened, no firefighters hurt. This happening in the Corona area, burning into the Cleveland National Forest. Live in Sky 9, I'm Stu Mundel. Back to you two in the studio. What? Where's he at? Oh, right under us. Go ahead, go ahead. Okay. Go ahead, go ahead. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's unusual, but I believe you. All right, let's see if we can see some mandatory evacuations, people running out of their houses. They don't seem to mandatory evacuating. Glen Orchard area. Glen Orchard area now under mandatory evacuations. That's what we're getting for information from our assignment desk. We're going to watch the BA, I forgot what it's called, BA 40. Hey, Micah. I'm still on 6 until the end of the show, but I can switch over to 5. Jeff and Pat, copy all. Jeff and Pat. Copy. What? No, we'll just stay right here. When we do our hit, I'm going to talk about the fire, talk about the Orchard Glen community, which is right there. Some of the areas right now under mandatory evacuation. We saw a lot of firefighters down there in structure protection. I'm sorry. All right, I'm on 5 now. I mean, yeah, 5. Freak 5. That was an unusual drop. I'm sure it was where it needed to be. Now the flames are starting again. I want to use these flames for the top of the show, but I'm just, you know, I'm going to time it and the smoke's going to be right over it. I know. 30 seconds away, copy. Orchard Glen. Well, that's right, Jeff. Pat, take a look at that. Now, this started just about 4 o'clock this afternoon. They were saying about 5 acres. It's already up to almost 100 acres, just under 100 acres right now. It is being battled by the Cal Fire, and of course, Riverside Fire is here as well. Now, this is burning in the Cleveland forest, but it is very, very close to Corona. We just got information that mandatory evacuations are going on for the Orchard community that you see right there in the shot. Now, there are several street names that they're talking about mandatory evacuations. We're assuming that there are a lot of them that are close to the hillside. We also see a lot of structure protection and firefighting equipment down there as well. Now, the flames are burning in the actual Cleveland National Forest. For the longest time, they were away from the homes, but the winds have shifted here in just the last 30 minutes, and we've actually watched the fire activity change. Earlier on, the smoke was basically laying flat across the Corona area. Now it's almost burning straight, the smoke is going almost straight up and down. In the air, they've got fixed wings dropping Phos check. They're doing those red lines. that you're seeing right there, helicopters as well, and of course a number of firefighters on the ground, no containment numbers, and of course this firefight is continuing live in Sky 2 over Corona. I'm Stu Mundel, back to you two in the studio. We haven't seen any of the backfires, and that's might be what they may be doing a little bit later on. Right now, they are still working to keep these flames inside their line. When I'm talking about their line, I'm talking about the Phos-Chek lines. You can see it right there. That's actually flame retardant that the fixed wings drop. And if you look at this one spot right there, some of those flames are getting on the outside of that. So the fixed wing aircraft are going to be coming down again, or coming through here again, and they're going to keep dropping those lines and trying to keep those flames contained from getting up onto this hillside out here. Right now, though, that community, that's one they're talking about. That's going to be the Orchard community out here in the Corona area, and there are a lot of firefighting. There are trucks down there, but I believe those are going to be the ground crews that are making their way up into the area, up to the into the Cleveland National Forest to battle this fire. Again, this neighborhood is called the Orchard Glen neighborhood out here in the Corona area. You can see that the smoke is definitely covering these homes up. The flames are getting closer, but they've got a number of firefighters out here, and they are working aggressively to keep those flames from coming down that hillside to those homes. Nevertheless, though, when they say mandatory evacuations, if there's first responders down there knocking on your door, gather your things and move along. Live in Sky 2, I'm Stu Mundel. Back to you two in the studio. Juan Javier Flores Rea. You know what? The investigation on how this thing started, that's going to be way later. They don't talk about that until it's, the fire's out. They have investigators here on scene. And when I say investigators, it doesn't mean that there's something nefarious going on. It's just they investigate how it started. Gregory, I'm not sure. You can't hear it? Green River House. I don't know where Green River House is, but I do know where Green River, the road is. It's not really near that. No, that's going to be, it's going to be near Skyline Drive. It's at it's at 500 acres right now. I'm sorry. It's at 100 acres right now. 100 acres, 100 acres. And yes, there are houses nearby. They are doing mandatory evacuations right now. They're going to try to get those residents out of that area. You can see some of these FOS check drops now in a much different type of area because of those homes. They're going to start doing stuff to protect those homes. And they're not just starting, but they're being a little bit more aggressive right now to make sure these flames don't work their way down into this neighborhood. Amy, you're right. It is 100 acres. Mark, you know, this is one of the things where it gets a little difficult. If anybody's watching down there and they're saying, you know, mandatory evacuations, you guys should definitely leave. But the deal is right now the flames are pretty far from those homes. If that was my house down there, if I was living in that area, I would be concerned, definitely concerned. There's no doubt about it. The winds keep moving around, like they'll slow down and then the flames will go straight up, and then they'll actually, then they'll kick back up, and they'll kind of, the smoke will lay flat. So it is interesting to watch if you are even thinking about it being a firefighter or into any kind of these firefights, east or west of the 15. We are west of the 15 and south of the 91. Ah, you're good. They're doing those. Yeah, it's changing up again. The winds are changing again, and they're doing FOS check drops there, right next to the neighborhood. Where is this exactly? This is in the Cleveland National Forest. We're in Corona. It's off of Skyline Drive. That's the best way I can describe where it is. Direction of the winds. Well, the winds keep moving around out here, and that's one of the concerns. Down low, they're blowing to the east, and up here they're blowing to the west. And every now and then the winds will actually slow down, and how we know that is we can watch the smoke go straight up. Okay, thank you, Bella. I didn't know that. Thank you, Dana. South of Foothill Boulevard. That's what the residents are saying down there. When I read you guys' comments, I can't, you know, look out the window, or so we're just kind of looking. We're moving around. Hey, Micah. All right, let's kind of move back. We're kind of getting like way away from it. And now we're shooting into the sun. What about the audio? All right, I got you. Ian's saying that the fire looks like it got bigger. It has, obviously. It's up to 100 acres right now, so it definitely has grown. Standing by, Pix. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't hear. What about the web? Copy. Did I say something off color? So our booth is, our desk is telling us that we're still live on the web, so I don't know why. Maybe I should talk more, maybe I should talk less. The winds are not that strong. The winds are very light, but any wind is going to move these flames around in a big way. And also what's interesting on this fire is when the winds stop, then all of a sudden the fire can go up these hillsides and get into different parts of vegetation where the winds was actually keeping it away from that vegetation. Chris Kemp, everybody's asking where this fire is. Okay, we are in the Cleveland National Forest. We are right by the Orchard Glen community off of Skyline Drive. Skyline Drive is also known as Foothill Boulevard out here in the Corona area. I got that information from the kind folks that live in the area that have been talking about, typing on this page here. Yes, Flood, what's up? Woohoo! Standing by for a standby. Live pictures. But they want pictures, so I mean, they're dropping a little. I mean, it just looks. I got to be careful because we're on the web, but it looks like they're not. Yeah. I'm just kind of wondering if it starts getting down closer to the homes in that grass right there, if they're just going to just go out there and force like an army of firefighters to just put it out. Oh, here we go. Yeah, oh, cool. It's what I used to do. Oh, man. Where'd the MD-80 go? Oh. What? All right. So is Kevin up here somewhere? Kevin Takumi? Okay. Well, they just said Kevin Takumi's up here flying around over the fire. Yeah. Woo! He's moving. He's not dropping. Oh, I don't know. They had other issues today. They were having audio. They weren't getting audio with the talent cam. They were having audio issues in the helicopter, so they had something else going on. Vortexes. Yes, sir. Just from a quote from the pilots, pretty good. 40 minutes in the air, 40 minutes in the air, 4-0 in the air. No way, no, it's not going to be 45 for the turnaround. It's going to be about a 30-minute turnaround. The Flying Tigers. And Mark, I got, you know, I should give you on station time instead of in the air. We need to be on the ground in 40 minutes, so just something to think about. I'm looking at my watch. If you, I'll see if we can do top of the 5. I'm not sure. I mean, top of the 6. Okay, copy all. So I'm sorry, I meant top of the 6. You're right. You want us to leave now to go get fuel, or do you want to do one more? Copy all. 3 minutes. What are the names of the streets where they're Trudy Way? Okay, I see it. I see it. I see it. Wonder why. Mike, I can't hear you. All right. All right. Copy. Yes, we do. All right. I'm not sure if we're doing something out of the break, but if we are, let's stay on this side. Let's stay like right in here, okay? Please and thank you. Micah. Oh, we're not. Okay, we're clear. Let's go. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought we were doing something out of the break. I don't know where I got that from. All right, cool. Oh, they are using us. Okay, all right. Go ahead. Yes. They just never want to let you go. TV9, satellite traffic, 10,000 feet. Oh, it would probably be more than that, wouldn't it? 1 mile. The Tigers of Flight. Oh my goodness. Hotel. Hey, are we still on the web? And if we're not on the web, somebody's calling me. What's up, Flood? 0, yes, that's for sure. 0, well, that's what we heard. We just heard, the last update I heard was almost 100, but, you know. Glen Orchard area. It's that little town, it's that little community, yeah, that's that little community right there, off of Skyline and Foothill. Oh, that Jeff. Just was wondering if we were still live on the web. I guess we are. I just got internet back, so we'll just keep it up until we get on the ground, if that's okay. So we're over the Corona area. If you guys didn't know, Corona is a bovine country. Nathan, today we do. We have air conditioning in our heli. Thank you, Tammy. And that's it. We just lost our signal. Nope, signal's back. Douglas, they took care of us. Yes, they did. Helenet always taking care of business. Their maintenance. Oh, my eyes. That helicopter. I know. Yeah. That's not very neighborly. Goodbye, everybody. And I'm watching the feed, but pretty much as soon as we're on the ground, I'd like to knock it down if we may. We're going to be back. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're going to get fuel, and we'll be back for the 6 o'clock, for sure.